What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, here's where I would normally say it's Friday night or Saturday morning, but I don't have a tagline. Why? Because it's my first Friday night, Saturday show. Surprise! All right, the cat's out the bag. I'm going to start doing weekend shows for y'all. I'll think of a cool tagline, but it's Friday night, Saturday morning. And to Saturday morningers, yo, the weekend is finally here. You know, I say that on Friday. But anyways, I'll think of something cool to say. All right, y'all, I have a great show set up for you guys. We have two breaking stories. Charlie Kirk's unaliver has been captured. We're going to give you guys a full recap of the arrest and also the background. The gentleman goes by the name of Tyler Robinson. Also, in our second breaking story, Trey Songz settles a $20 million SA case with a woman named Jahara Jeffries. We have three lead stories. Donald Trump had a stroke, according to insiders. It's speculation, allegedly. Chaos breaks out at Charlie Kirk's candlelight visual, and Donald Trump targets Memphis as his next city to crack down on crime. We are also going to have a quick news section with Charlie Kirk. Then we're also going to have our regular quick news section. We're going to talk Young Thug, GloRilla, and the fight over this weekend, Canelo Alvarez and Crawford. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, and question of the day. Same format, just a new day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. I'm about to start this weekend show. Let's go. All right, our first breaking story. Tyler Robinson identified as the shooter in the Charlie Kirk case. All right, I'm sure most of you heard by now, especially those of you who follow the Trent Out Loud show Instagram. We've been posting all day. What we are going to do is give you a recap of all the events, give you all the inside scoops, inside information, and then we're going to go to some videos that I want to share with you guys, okay? So, he has been captured. Shout out to the law enforcement in Utah. Here is what we know, all right? Or here's what law enforcement told us at the press conference. So when Tyler Robinson first came to the school, he had on an outfit of maroon shorts with a white t-shirt. He changed into the outfit that we see all the pictures in. And then as he fled away, he changed out of those clothes back into his original clothes that he showed up, which is showing how smart and how well planned it is. Because he knows there's cameras and everything, right? So he goes in maroon shorts and a t-shirt, walks in, gets on campus, gets off of camera, changes into this outfit and hat and glasses, goes and does what he's got to do, jumps off the roof. I'm going to show you the video soon, flees into the woods, gets rid of those clothes and puts back on his own clothes. The reason why I wanted to start with that is, yes, he's been arrested. Yes, he's been arraigned. I'm going to take you through it. We haven't heard any confessions yet. We haven't heard if he's going to plead guilty or not guilty. We don't know. There's some alleged stories that he confessed to his father, but we don't know. Maybe if he has a strong enough alibi and, hey, I don't know who this person is in this clothes. I don't know who this, if there's some issues with like DNA and fingerprints or whatever, the fact that he showed up with those clothes and not that clothes. I spoke with somebody and they were like, this could be an alibi. He drove in his car and out his car. They haven't put together ever seeing him in that outfit. So somebody from law enforcement told me that. So I wanted to start out with that. Okay. He drove to the campus in a Dodge Charger and left in that Dodge Charger. Again, to reiterate, they see him in the Dodge Charger in a white and maroon shorts. Then there's a shooter in a whole different outfit. And then they see him leave in the Dodge Charger, but not in that same outfit, in the white shirt and maroon shorts. Okay, that's how they have him. They haven't, from what we know, they haven't connected that person in the white and maroon to the person we see with the American flag. They know that the person in the white shorts, the white t-shirt and maroon top, they don't know. They speculate that he was there a day before on campus, September the 10th. They know his car was there. Again, that doesn't mean you're guilty just because you were there before. What surveillance do they have? Did they see him? Did he go to the roof? Was he on the roof? We don't know, but we do know that he was there September the 10th, which was one day before the event. All right, this is a little bit of information from his family. His family says that he had grown more political over the years. Tyler said to his family, we're not sure the timeline, they say maybe a couple of weeks ago, he said to his family that Charlie Kirk was coming to Utah and that he didn't like him because of his words and he felt like he was a fascist. So we will see if that comes out as being true, because that could be used in court against them. But it could be hearsay if it's, hey, one person said this. I don't know. Was it written in a text message? Was it written down? As we know from the Diddy trial, and I've chronologicaled his case for you, hearsay is one thing, but is it written down? Do we know he actually said that? Where is that? And some of you probably heard about this discourse thing with him and his friend and the GUN in the forest. I'm going to talk about that too. Okay. All right. So that's alleged that his family said that he didn't like Charlie. Just to reiterate, nothing written, no proof of that. September 11th at the press conference, they held a press conference at 8 p.m., which I'm sure a lot of you seen. They put out video and pictures, which I'm going to play for you guys. It was at that time, September the 11th at 8 p.m., that a family member, after seeing those pictures and videos, spoke to his father, or his father spoke to him. We're not too sure about that yet. And said, hey, Tyler, this looks like you. Apparently, allegedly, he gave some sort of confession to his father that he did do this. Again, this is all alleged. It's not on recording. It's not on text message. It's just alleged. And apparently after that, his father was the one who was like, okay, now that you've confessed to me or somewhat confessed to me, his father called a minister, and the minister was a former law enforcement officer. And then he called in the task force. And by 10 p.m., September 11th, Tyler was, I don't know if it was apprehended or he turned himself in. Those things are still a little bit loose. Now, some of you might be hearing about some sort of messages on Discord, okay? Hold on, I just lost my notes there. Oh, okay, yeah. So there was a roommate who admitted to the FBI that he had a conversation with Tyler over Discord about the GUN being left behind and wrapped in a towel left in the woods. Discord, the actual company, the app, came out and said, we researched this and we looked on the back end, and it was actually the roommate sending it to another person. There is no evidence yet that it came from Tyler or Tyler's account. So it looks like his friend might be trying to set him up. This is information from Discord. So I take you through all of that to tell you that as of right now, as I'm recording this, there is no direct evidence against Tyler Robinson. There is hearsay, there's speculation, there's people saying things, but from, again, this could change hour by hour, right? And there's nothing I could do while I'm recording. But just before I started recording this, from what I have seen, and as you guys know, I'm very experienced in this stuff, I haven't seen any sort of direct evidence where this is the actual person who did this incident. And like I said, the fact that he came in one outfit, they saw him the day before and then on the day, but then he was in a total other outfit. We're going to have to see some DNA, fingerprints. You know, they say they have like a forearm print or a palm print or something. As of now, there's nothing that directly ties him to the incident. Okay. I'm going to take you through some videos now. Okay. First one was released. I think this was maybe like early. Anyways, I don't know when it was released, but here's a video of allegedly Tyler Robinson, or the person who did the unaliving, walking to the campus, and you're going to see him kind of like limping and stiff, and they're thinking the GUN, the long part of it, was kind of like in his pants, and you see he can't like walk normally. Take a listen, or take a look. Okay, now here is the next video of him, again, allegedly Tyler Robinson, jumping off the roof. This is the person who actually did the act. Seconds after the unaliving, you're going to see him run across the roof, jump down, and run away. Okay. This is what they released 8 p.m. September the 11th. And this is what apparently got his family talking and led to his arrest. Take a look. Okay, now we are going to go to Donald Trump, September the 12th at around 8:30 on Fox News. Donald Trump was the first person to announce that there is a suspect arrested. And he said that he just heard about it 5 minutes before he went on. But the public was first told by the president, Donald Trump, that there's a suspect. I'm going to play the video for you. There's a couple of things that are going on where they're saying that it could be used to the person whoever has done this to their what's the word? There'll be a motion where putting this out was, I can't remember what it is. There's something. Anyways, let's just go. But there's something good that Donald Trump didn't do that could work against him. I forgot the actual technical legal term, but it wasn't good that Donald Trump said this. All right. But of course, Donald Trump is always wanting to take the credit for something, always wanting to be the first to say this because it's a national thing. So it's like, oh, I'm Donald Trump. I'm going to tell you. It could be a mistake. I'm going to find out the word, but it could be a mistake. Anyways, here is Donald Trump.
Any updates on the suspect?
Yeah. Can I always say, I think, just to protect us all, and so Fox doesn't get sued and we all don't get sued and everything else. But I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him.
All right, now here is a video from the press conference from the governor of Utah talking about the shell casings, and there's some writing on the casings. I'm not going to play the whole press conference, but this was one of the pieces of information that lets you know that whoever did it, it was racially motivated because of what was written on the shell casings. So take a listen.
Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices bulges, little OWO, what's this question mark?" Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
Okay, so after this press conference and everybody found out that it was Tyler Robinson, some pictures came available online. One video in particular went viral. We posted this as well. Here is a video of Tyler Robinson accepting a scholarship. Obviously, this is prior to everything, but just to give you a little bit of background on Tyler Robinson, take a look.
Okay. Congratulations. You have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000.
All right. While I put up some pictures of him, I'm just going to read some information and background about him. Okay. So political affiliation and views. Robinson is registered as a nonpartisan voter in Utah. He is officially listed as inactive, which means he had not voted in the last 2 general elections and ignored outreach from county officials. In contrast, both his parents are registered Republicans. While his own registration is unaffiliated, Robinson reportedly became more political in recent years. During a family dinner, he openly criticized Kirk, saying Kirk was spreading HATE and was full of HATE. Again, that's all alleged. These comments suggest that while he does not have public ties to any party, his personal views leaned strongly against Kirk's political beliefs. Education and academic background. Robinson attended Utah State University, just one semester in 2021 before dropping out. He had a strong academic profile. Reports say he scored a 34 on his ACT, which is among the top scores possible. Despite the high test scores, there is no indication he pursued higher education beyond his brief stint at Utah State. Family background. Robinson lived in Washington County, Utah with his family. His parents, Republican registered, stand in contrast to his unaffiliated status. After the incident, a family member reported to police that Robinson confessed and heavily implied responsibility. Again, that's alleged. The family disclosed. The family's disclosure plays a major role in law enforcement locating and arresting him. All right. So it's all speculation. I'm sure as things unfold, we'll know more about him. All right. So before I close this section down, two things that just came in before I started recording. They have formally arrested him and laid charges. His charge is aggravated M-word, M-U-R-D-E-R. And what else? They are looking to get the unaliving penalty. All right. So if he is found guilty, he is looking at the unaliving penalty, which is going to work to try to have him just plead guilty. When you're facing the unaliving penalty, the only way out of it is to be cooperative, say, yes, I did it, I plead guilty, and at the mercy of the court, please don't give me the unaliving penalty. If he says, hey, I want to plead not guilty and I want to fight this and whatever, the charge will definitely be unaliving if he wins the case, okay? We're far away from that. This is going to take another year, year and a half, maybe even 2 years, okay? Last thing before we close this out, the governor is getting a little bit of backlash. I mean, this should even be in quick news because it doesn't have anything to do with actual Tyler Robinson. So let me just take this part out. I'll follow this up in quick news. The governor is getting some backlash from the press conference, okay? Let's go to our second breaking story about Trey Songz. All right, our second breaking story. Trey Songz just quietly settled a $20 million SA lawsuit. All right, let's jump into this here quickly. R&B singer Trey Songz has quietly settled a $20 million lawsuit accusing him of SAing a woman in 11 Miami nightclub or dancing club on New Year's Day 2018. The settlement comes just weeks before the case was set to go to trial. The accuser, Jahara Jeffries, claimed Songz, R-worded her without her consent at his VIP table and later had her forcibly removed from his car after she recorded him. Jeffries initially filed suit in 2020, later refiling for over $20 million. While Songz denied all allegation, Billboard reports a Florida judge has dismissed the case following the confidential settlement. Details of the arraignment remain sealed, but Jeffries' attorney confirms the matter has been resolved. I feel like this is happening because obviously he doesn't want no smoke, but he also knows that there's so much media attention around Tyler Robinson and Charlie Kirk right now that if he does this, it will literally just get like buried and nobody will hear about it. We posted about it. And while our other posts are getting like 25, 30,000 views, like I think it's probably at like 2,000 or 3,000. So it's working. That's why everybody's saying he's doing this quietly. Now, for those of you who don't know the background of Trey Songz, it has been allegedly said in the music industry that, and this is super alleged, like just putting a disclaimer out there, that Trey Songz is like R. Kelly. Without having to say words. Not necessarily as bad, but they're like, yo, he's junior R. Kelly. And they even say like one day, all these things are going to catch up to him and it will be R. Kelly-esque. Like this is not the first time that this has happened with Trey. This has been going on for a long time. A lot of stories within the music industry. Okay. We'll see what happens. There are some other lawsuits that are going on that I'm not going to talk about, but let me just say that I don't think this is going to be the last time that we hear or talk about Trey Songz this year. Just putting it out there. But this case was settled. We'll see what happens with the others. Let me know what you guys think about Trey Songz in the comment section below. All right, our first lead story. Many are speculating that President Donald Trump had a stroke. People are speculating that Donald Trump had a stroke after he's been seen with one side of his face appearing to be drooping on at a 9/11 memorial. All right, here is just like an up-close picture of his face. I'm going to play the video for you. Now, the video, to be fair, looks like he's really tired and he's falling asleep. But to also be fair, if this was anybody else other than Trump, Trump himself would be like, something is wrong with Joe Biden, something is wrong with this or whatever. And I understand falling asleep or nodding off. I mean, we saw Cardi B in her court case. When I was in the court case with in the courtroom with Diddy, some days it gets boring and you nod off. Yes, he's not in trial, but something like this that's monotonous when like they're reading a name or whatever, I can understand, but the jaw does look weird to me. And I have been saying to you guys for the past couple of weeks that I personally feel like something is off and there's something wrong with Donald Trump. I feel like they prop him up when they need to and things like this happen. Now, having said being understanding when somebody's tired, especially somebody who's older, Trump's close to 80 years old, I get it. This is 9/11 and they're reading out the names of the people who were unalive. Like, this is not the time. Like, this is not like, the 7th hour of a courtroom where, it's monotonous and you're falling off. This is early in the morning and there's like bells ringing. You know what I mean? So keep all of that in the back of your head and then listen to the video. And y'all let me know if you think Donald Trump is all right or they're hiding stuff from us. Take a look.
Lieutenant Carl W. Tepe, United States Army, retired. Sandra D. Teague.
You see, his mouth even looks like that when he's looking around. I don't know, man. Y'all comment below and let me know, man. Just something's a little bit off. Our second lead story. Chaos breaks out after man yells F Charlie during his candlelight visual. All right, I am going to play a video here for you. I don't remember. I think it was maybe 2 episodes ago where I made, I said that one of the things that scares me about this Charlie Kirk situation is not only what happened to Charlie Kirk and the political ramifications and copycats and, something like this happening to somebody on the other side or again to that side. I also talked about what that is going to do to Charlie Kirk's fans and his followers. And I feel like this is where it's coming from, where it's going to be like, any sort of protest is going to turn into something like this. And any sort of visual candlelight visual is going to turn into this. This is one incident. And I've heard there's been other ones. So just take a look. Obviously, we'll have to bleep some things out and can't play a lot of the stuff for you. But just imagine, how bad it's getting out there. And I don't want to be right, but I feel like this is just the beginning. Anyways, take a look. Our third lead story. Trump targets Memphis as next city to face federal crime crackdown. All right, I have a video for you, but before I play that, President Donald Trump has set his sights on a new city to face federal crackdown on crime. On Friday, September the 12th, Trump announced that he plans to deploy the National Guard and other federal resources to Memphis, Tennessee, in response to reports of high crime rates in the city. Trump said that he would send the National Guard and anybody else we need, adding that he would rather consider deploying the military if needed. On Thursday, September the 11th, Memphis Mayor Paul Young, who's a Democrat, said that he had been informed earlier this week about the possibility of the National Guard deploying. He said, I am committed to working to ensure any efforts strengthen our community and build on our progress. Here is Donald Trump. Take a listen.
Maybe I'll be the first to say it right now again. We're going to Memphis. Memphis is
That's the next city.
deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee.
Okay, so as you know, this is like Trump's like new agenda. A lot of people speculate that he just keeps doing this to avoid the Epstein files, and everything that's been happening is to avoid the Epstein files. I said that a couple of days ago, and people got mad at me. But hey, look, my whole thing is that this is not really what Trump ran on. Like, it was supposed to be more about, you know, the economics side and, you know, tariffs and the country and building and making America great again. And this whole like, I'm going to go into cities and I'm going to like fight crime. Like, I agree with people that there's something there. Is it a distraction? Maybe. Is it that he has ulterior motives, that he just wants to be in control and take over everybody's city? We shall see. If I'm not mistaken, the governor is Republican, so that's why he's able to go in and not have so much resistance. And where Chicago and the other place that he wanted to go, he's not going to be able to do that. So we'll see. We'll follow up. I really want to know from you guys, what do you think Trump's agenda is, and what do you think about him going to Memphis? Like, one part of me, just to be fair, like one part of me is like, hey, there's crime. There's people who are, of course, affected by crime, 1,000%. But like, it just doesn't feel right. It just feels weird. You know what I mean? Like, if a state would come and say, hey, we have like an emergency, we would like your help, I would understand. And that's why I understand them welcoming it, because yes, make the people safe, but like, to what extent? Like, how, you know, I think that's the problem with this. I think like people are a little bit like weary of Trump and don't necessarily trust him to say like, are you just coming to help? Like, this is like unasked. Like, we didn't request this, but you're coming in to do what? Like, what is your plan when you come in these cities and you have the takeover of our state? Like, what is your long-term plan? I think that's what makes people unsettled. Do you want to stop crime? Of course. Who doesn't want to stop crime? Does the state want some federal help? Of course. But what's your long-term goal here? What is your mission? Like, why are you doing this? That's the bigger picture. And I think that's what is having people kind of like unsettled about this. But weigh in and let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick Charlie Kirk news. Again, because it's Charlie Kirk, we're not going to ring our bells, but we'll ring our bells in normal quick news. All right. Our first quick story. All right, this is what I was talking about earlier. Govenor of Utah prayed Kirk's unaliver was from another country. All right, the governor is getting some backlash for this. Really want to know your guys' opinion on this. I'll play the video for you in a second, but they're alluding to the fact that, like, oh, I wish he was from another country so that, you know, they could blame it on like terrorism, or like how Donald Trump says it's like it's immigrants the problem, we need to get rid. So like, I understand that like the people getting upset of him saying, I just wish they were from another country so that we could just blame it on immigrants. But me personally, the one thing that kind of saves him, I still don't like I don't like that he said that, but the one thing that he said that saves him a little bit is that he said, I wish they came from another state or another country. So that's him saying, I wish they came from anywhere outside of Utah. I wish it would have came from New York. I wish it would have came from Chicago or another country. He's basically saying, it breaks my heart that somebody from Utah would do this. As the governor, you know, he thinks highly of his people and that's his state. So he doesn't want to think somebody in his state would do something like that. But like I said yesterday, as a public speaker or somebody who's out in the public, you can't say things like this, especially at a very turbulent time that we're in right now. And people are accusing Donald Trump of making immigrants look bad and all of that stuff. You can't just say, man, I wish he came from another country. Like, you know what people are going to say to that. But the state thing saves him in my book. Take a listen to the video.
For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country.
Our second quick story. VP J.D. Vance helps carry Charlie Kirk's casket onto Air Force Two en route to his home state of Arizona. All right, I'm going to play a little video here for you. I also have a video of Erica Kirk and JD Vance's wife holding hands as they step off Air Force Two with Charlie Kirk's casket arriving in Arizona. Sorry, that video was a little bit in advance. That was after they landed. But here is the video of them loading. Sorry, not I don't know if the right word is loading, but carrying Charlie Kirk's casket and body onto the Air Force Two. Take a look. I will say one thing. I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk's views. I'm not a huge fan of JD Vance's views. I have spoken at length about both of them. Yesterday, we did a whole dissecting of Charlie Kirk. For those of you who didn't see it, we played his top 10 greatest hits, viral hits. I will say this, though, because as you guys know, I have no problem giving respect when somebody does something proper, whether I agree with them or not. The way how they are protecting and honoring their brother, Charlie Kirk, is admirable. And this is what is great about the Republican Party or the MAGA Party. You play with one of theirs and it's going to be a problem. You see how fast Tyler Robinson was caught? 33 hours. The director of the FBI, Kash Patel, was down there. Everybody, just boom, boom, boom. The JD Vance canceled his plans to speak at an event in New York City on September 11th, flew down Air Force Two to Utah to pick up Charlie Kirk's body, put him on the plane, and bring him to Arizona. That's a hero's welcome. They're giving him the Medal of Freedom, which we told you about yesterday. Hey, he was an activist, right? He was a mobilizer. He was somebody who, yes, definitely helped Donald Trump get elected with the youth, but he was not a politician. He's getting treated as such. So whether you like Charlie Kirk or not, or Vance or Trump, you gotta admire the things that they are doing for him. I take my hat off to you, man. That's the kind of brotherhood I want. That's the type of loyalty and love that I want in the people who I love and help. So salute to you guys for that. Our third quick story. U.S. State Department warns foreigners against making light of Charlie Kirk's unaliving. The U.S. State Department has warned that foreigners who are making light of Charlie Kirk's unaliving may face action after Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Laudu says he directed officials to respond. In a statement following the unaliving of Charlie Kirk at the Utah Valley University, the the deputy said foreigners who glorify Kirk's unaliving will not be welcome to the country, and urge people to report offending social media posts to the State Department to act on it. So here is the official tweet that put out, or wherever he put it out on True Social or whatever. Once again, like I just said, they are acting as if Charlie was the president or vice president of the United States. If you are on your social media and you're not American and you're making light of this, then you're not welcome here. That is admirable, man. Love it. On the flip side, Charlie Kirk was all about free speech and saying what you would like. So I just find it a little bit hypocritical. That's now all of a sudden people can't say things about Charlie or they can't come into the country. So kind of talking about out of both sides of your mouth there. But I like it, because if that was me, I'd want someone to ride for me like that too. For the people who are making light of the situation, I have said this since the beginning, since day one. Regardless of your affiliation or your thoughts, your motives, or even if Charlie Kirk's words offended you, and they offended me because I am a black man and he said a lot about black people, black women, DEI, etc. I still do not think it's right to make light or make fun of anybody losing their life. Just my opinion. You guys sound off on the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. After Charlie Kirk passed away, Minnesota Vikings superstar Justin Jeffries had stepped in, pledging to pay all living and educational expenses for Kirk's two children. Wow. Immediately after Charlie Kirk was unalived, Minnesota superstar Justin Jeffries immediately stepped in, pledging to pay all living expenses and education for his 2 children. Sorry that I just read that twice to you. I hate when they put that in the caption. Wow. I don't know the backstory to this. Sorry, guys, just doing something in my phone. I don't know the backstory to this of like if they knew each other or if there was some sort of affiliation. But again, a lot of people really loved Charlie, and you're going to see an outpouring of love. I don't think this is near the end. Donald Trump said at the award ceremony for his Medal of Freedom, you're going to see one of the biggest turnouts you have ever seen. So again, athletes, politicians, people, Charlie was controversial, but he was also loved by many. Our fifth quick story. EU Parliament refuses moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Okay, I played yesterday for you guys the House of Representatives here in the U.S., and they did not want to take a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Now, while I disagree with the U.S., I still kind of understand. Like I said, he's not a member of the government, not a member of parliament, or whatever, but I still thought it was disrespectful. Now, the EU deciding that they would like to take a moment for Charlie Kirk, it's a little confusing to me because I don't know what affiliation he has there. But once again, it's still another human being. And if somebody decides in parliament that, out of respect for our allies, like the U.S. is hurting, we want to take a moment of silence, I particularly don't see anything wrong with it and why you would want to rile yourself up. Again, totally understand if you don't like his views, totally understand if you don't like, the things that he says. And for those of you who don't know about Charlie Kirk, we did a big show yesterday and we put a lot of things together. Just go see it. It's episode 363, if I'm not mistaken, or 364. 564. I think this is episode 565. Anyways, go check that out. But controversial figure, man. I don't know if the EU should have a moment of silence or not, but here's a video. Take a look.
Madam President, dear colleagues, the leader of political activist Charlie Kirk, we must strongly condemn political violence and rhetoric that incites violence. Please stand with me in reflection and prayer in his honor, and I yield the rest of my time for a moment of silence.
Our sixth quick story. Several HBCUs closes campus amid political threats. So weird. All right. This is from Spelman College. We are aware of the recent threats received today by several HBCUs, including Clark Atlanta University in the AUC. Out of precaution and due to our close proximity, we are asking Spelman facility students and students to shelter in place to avoid the CAU campus until further notice. At this time, no threats have been directed towards Spelman campus. However, we have increased security presence across campuses and at our 2 main entrances. Your safety remains our top priority. Please stay tuned for updates. Here is a map of the HBCUs that are closing down. Not closing down, but they're closing their campus for security. So there's Virginia State University, there's Hampton University, Cookman University, Alabama University, Southern University, and A&M College. It's like what I talked about the chaos at the candlelight visual. Like, these are the things that are going to happen. And I wish that I was wrong when I said that 2 days ago. But like, why are HBCUs closing? The guy who was caught is a white guy. His parents are Republican. And, just to double back on what I said yesterday about Trump, every time there's something that happens, it's the radical left, these people on the left, blah, woke people, blah, 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 every time before we even know. And look at the person who got caught. Both his parents are Republican, white, Utah. I know you wish that he was from another country, but he wasn't. He was from Utah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just sad to see that there's threats at HBCUs for no reason. None at all. Ironic. I think the next one is about Benjamin Netanyahu and what he had to say. So let's just go to that next story next. Our seventh quick story. PM Netanyahu blames radical Islamists for Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu appeared on Fox News and claimed that progressives were targeting both Trump and Charlie Kirk without offering any evidence. The suspect in Charlie Kirk's unaliving has not been caught. This was obviously written before. It hasn't been caught, named, or publicly linked to any leads. What does Netanyahu know that the public doesn't? Okay, this was obviously just speculating, but here is a video of what he said. Take a listen.
This is a worldwide problem. The people on the on the extremes, the Islamists, the radical Islamists, and their union with the ultra progressives, they often speak about human rights. They speak about free speech, but they use violence to try to take down their enemies. Whether it's President Trump, who's been almost assassinated twice, or they try to kill here too. But they got Charlie Kirk.
Yo, him and Trump are disgusting for this. I'm sorry, man. Like with the woman, the Ukrainian woman in the train, anything that happens, it's the left, it's the left, it's the left. And like I said, I'm not going to say it again because I got a little bit dragged. Depends on, like, on TikTok, people are like, yeah, I love the conspiracy theory. Some people, like, on the Trent Out Loud show Instagram is like, oh my gosh, like, how could you say that about Trump's people? Like, yo, how could Trump take an incident and automatically politicize it and say, it's the left, it's these people, it's that people, without any leads or anything. And then now, the person who's caught, their parents are Republican, they're not registered, he's not registered, allegedly, and now you're like, what are you going to say now? You're still going to blame it on the left? Crazy. Anyways, I don't like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our eighth quick story. The internet wants the FBI to investigate two men giving hand signs to the shooter. Okay, so many people sent me this. It was like, oh, you need to post this, We did post it on the Trent Out Loud show Instagram. I'm telling y'all got to follow that page. I'm telling you. By the way, every video that I played for you before here, every video that I played for you in this show, you could watch in its entirety on the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. Okay, make sure you follow. So I'm going to play this here video while I'm talking, probably, because I don't think there's any sound, so it'll be right beside me. And there's these two men behind Charlie Kirk at the unaliving, and some people are like, these hand gestures, he is orchestrating, telling him when to, pull the GU in. Now, some people are like, well, they wanted him to be unalived at a certain time. I told you guys yesterday exactly what his last words were. Somebody was asking him about mass incidences that were happening and how many over the past 10 years and transgender. And when he picked up the microphone, he's like, well, what is, do we count or we don't count GANG violence? And then apparently hand signals to have him unalived exactly at that time. That's what people are alluding to. I personally think it's a little bit of a stretch, but you never know. Like, I wouldn't put it past. It's 2025 and anything could be going on, and it could be like, yo, this is the perfect time. I'm just going to leave it at that. Y'all sound off below. Do you think that these guys were in on it? Do you think they have anything to do with it? Do you think the FBI should investigate them? Or is this two people just scratching their head and scratching their arm? Y'all sound off in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to regular quick news. I get to ring my bell. All right, our first quick story. In his new song, Young Thug apologizes to Mariah the Scientist, his girlfriend, Drake, Lil Baby, 21 Savage, and Gucci Mane, while mentioning that Lil Baby isn't picking up his phone call. Young Thug just surprised fans with a deeply personal song posted straight to his X account. The track arrived after weeks of controversy surrounding leaked jail phone calls. Thug poured his emotions into music, addressing his loved ones, industry peers, and relentless scrutiny he faced. The song runs over 7 minutes, filled with confessions, apologies, and reflecting on loyalty. He raps about his fears of losing the people closest to him. The internet acknowledges the pain this situation has caused his family and takes accountability for his mistakes. Now, I told you guys I'm fed up of talking about thugs jail calls. I did use one yesterday for social discussion, but you know, I was like, how many jail phone calls are we going to hear? I think it has come to an end. But when I did talk about them, I did say I feel like this could be like one of the best album rollouts of all time. It was like, yo, like everybody was talking about this. It could like be the thing that brings everybody together. And, you know, Drake already liked it. 21 Savage already liked the lyrics from it. So it could be that, yo, I'm out. You know, he has money to make up. He hasn't worked or toured or whatever. And everybody is talking about him. He's at the top of the radar. He started out his interview saying, in my industry, good news or bad news, if you have the algorithm going, that's good for you. So I'm not going to say it was Thug who put out these jail calls, but all I'm trying to say is that he has energy around him. Music is coming. This might be the biggest and best album rollout we have ever seen because nobody has the internet talking like Young Thug. I mean, Cardi B was good with the court case or whatever, but this maybe even be able to beat Cardi B. We'll see what happens. He didn't put that song out on streaming services on X as it made his money, but I feel like this is a rollout, and the next Young Thug album is going to pour his heart and soul, and it's going to do numbers. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second quick story. All right, here's the debate. Did GloRilla really diss Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist, or has social media been finessed by AI? A new clip has hit the internet and is being touted as GloRilla's official response to Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist. If you recall, the pair were captured in a leaked jail call talking about Glo's looks. In an alleged diss track, Glo takes aim at the couple with a fury of jokes about their looks and appearances. So obviously I cannot play this for you guys for copyright reasons. But when I did hear it, I'm like, it sounds a little bit like Glo. Like I didn't even think AI at first, but I was like, something sounds off. Like it didn't seem like a finished track. And it felt like it was, I don't know, like missing something. But I just assume like it's a diss track, it's nothing official, and she just recorded it quick. Like I've been in a studio a bunch of times where, you know, you're doing a mixtape, you're doing whatever, you don't put the money in time to like an official album song. Then it came out where it was like, hey, she didn't post this, it's nothing official, and it was just out there. So, you know, it could be one or two things. It could be that Glo did this and she did it half finished to put the retaliation back out there, not claim it, but she gets to get back at them without it being affecting her. Or this is really AI and we're getting finessed. Welcome to 2025, people. Who knows what's real or what's not? Like, who knows is this even me talking to you? It could just be an AI. Like, you know, I've never really worked on the weekends before. How do you know this is really me? This could be AI Trent. Hello. Hey, actually, no, because if it was AI, it'd be more natural. Hello. I'm Trent Out Loud, and welcome to a weekend edition of the Trent Out Loud Show. Trent Out Loud Show. Trent Out Loud Show. Our third quick story: Canelo versus Crawford. What up? All right, this is the fight this weekend. Two of the most dominant fighters of the boxing industry will collide when Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford face off in a once-in-a-generation showdown at September the 13th. In the stadium in Las Vegas. Canelo, whose record is 63-2-2 with 39 knockouts, is the reigning WBC and WBA, WBO, and IBF super middleweight champion. He will put his titles on the line against the undefeated four-division King Crawford, who is 41-0 with 31 knockouts, who is moving up to 168 pounds for the highly anticipated clash. For those who are interested, coverage begins around 3:30 p.m. Lord, who's tuning in at that time? Saturday, September the 13th, and the main card will likely begin 8 p.m. with the main event and the ring walking around 11 p.m. Saturday. 3 p.m. What are they doing? The fight will stream live globally and exclusively on Netflix. So you ain't got to pay for it. Boxing is changing. Back in the day, it was Showtime. You had to pay $60. You probably went to the bar, you did this or whatever, or you paid for it. Shout out to Netflix, man. I love what they're doing. The exhibition matches, the real boxing matches, love this. Y'all know me. I got to go for Crawford. This is what I do. It is going to be a great match, though, and I will definitely be watching it. Y'all sound off below. Who are you going for? Who are you going for, and who do you think is going to win? I'm going for Bud, and I think Bud is going to win. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Okay, we got a jam-packed social discussion, both social discussion, comments, aura, and memberships. I have an update. YouTube has gotten back in touch with me. So memberships, all right, y'all. Memberships. There is a glitch on the channel. Some channels are experiencing this too when they open up memberships. YouTube is working on it. Shout out to my strategic YouTube partner. So happy to have her in my corner. Great. Sorry. I just had a thought about something. Sorry. So what it is that if you're on your desktop, you will see the join button. You'll see subscribe and join. What the glitch and the issue is people on their phone are not seeing join. And on the tabs where it says lives, podcasts, and whatever, blah, blah, at the end, some people are seeing membership and some people are not. Here is what we're doing in the interim while the technicians look into this. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to put a link to the membership in the description. So normally the description is the Aura link below. You're going to start seeing the link. You just click that little YouTube link. It will bring you to the membership where you could sign up, okay? I'm also going to put it in the comment section and then pin the comment. So until the button arrives, it will always be in the description and in the comment section until they fix it. This is over the weekend, so I'm sure it's not going to get fixed over the weekend. But we are working to make sure that it's on desktop and on your phones, all right, in mobile. So that's it. And just for those who might be watching or new to the show, just to let you know what is going to come with our membership, you're going to get loyalty badges, emojis, membership-only live streams, member-only videos, access to new videos, and member shout-outs. But more than all of that, we are going to start a new segment called Run It by Trent. There's some other names, but this is the name that's in the lead so far, Run It by Trent. The alternative names are Ask Trent's Advice, Trent, what am I doing wrong? Ask Trent to fix it, and what does Trent think? Now, that brings me to the comment of the day. Normally I do Aura then comment of the day, but the comment of the day has to go with this. And I'll let you, and it tells you why I like Run It by Trent. I'm going to show you right now. I got a text message from somebody this morning, and this is what they said. Run It by Trent. And you see at the top there, that's my mom. Mom, sell. All right. My mom is, I don't know why she texts me on WhatsApp, but she's a little older. Still love you, Mom. My mom likes Run It. What is it? Run It by Trent. So funny that my mom texted me that last night. And this morning, my godson was like, yo, it has to be Run It by Trent. So a lot of you in the comment section like Run It by Trent. My mom likes it and my godson likes it. And my godson has been listening from like back in like Mars time, like when, you know, there's probably only 10 listens. It was Mars, my godson, my mom, and whatever. So if they like it, then I know we are good. Not 100% on it, but I do like Run It by Trent. All right. So comment of the day is mom. That was the first time my mom ever got a comment of the day. So shout out to moms for making it to the comment section and my godson. So shout out to them. All right. I have a great social discussion, but let me tell you about Aura. Social discussion also comes from mom. So shout out to mom. Yo, mom's running the weekend shows, yo. All right, before we get into social discussion, I have a question for you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/Trent Out Loud to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data, credit card, social security number has ever been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, your personal information, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically moving all of your information off of these horrible sites, and they keep it off. All right. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if your credit card or banking information is found on the dark web. Love that. You get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they also have US-based 24/7 round-the-clock customer service. And if anything should ever go wrong, Aura also offers a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. So you are covered from head to toe. All right. Here is the QR code right beside me. You can take out your phone, follow that link, or just use the link below. It is free, absolutely free for 14 days. Aura is the best in the business. If you've ever wondering if any of your information is out there, and if you ever bought anything online, I don't care if it's even on Amazon, your information is out there. Aura could go sweep, take it off for you. They'll show you what they can do for free for 14 days. So make sure y'all sign up. For those of you who have never heard of Aura, they used to be the jersey logo for the Minnesota Timberwolves. If Aura and the NBA could team up, and if Aura and the Trent Out Loud show can team up, you and Aura should team up. I just made up that tagline. Hey, Aura, you can pay me for that if you want to. All right, that is Aura. Now, social discussion. All right. My mom also, when she texts me this. My mom hates when I talk about money. My mom is an old school Jamaican lady. And in Jamaica or the West Indies, sorry, I'm trying to find it in my phone. In West Indies are like, don't talk your business. Don't tell anybody anything, blah, blah, blah. Why can't I find it? Hold on one second. All right, here it is. Okay. So, so this is the text message I got. Note, the text message is at 2:00 in the morning. My mom and I are wild. Like, we do not sleep. I told you guys yesterday that I used to stay up till midnight when I was a kid because my mom worked from 3 to midnight. And of course, when you come home from work, you don't go to bed right away, even if it's at midnight. So I used to stay up. Even in elementary school, young little kid, and I would, even if I was asleep, I would go up and I would stay downstairs and watch TV with her. So I can call my mom at 2:00 in the morning and she will be up. Okay. So we are late night sleepers. Anyways, she wrote this. She said, the lady is right. Stop telling people you have money. If you want to continue to have success, people will feel, why should they support you? You have enough. So think about what info you are putting out. You are smart. So she's indirectly saying, why tell people that you have success? Why tell people you have money? They won't feel like there's a need to support you. And again, like I said, that's an old Jamaican thing or a West Indian thing because I talk about people that have bad mind. So that's a crab in the bucket kind of mentality, right? So instead of writing her back, I called her because I know she gets very concerned about the things that I say on this show. And I said to her, I asked her, I said, Steve Jobs is a billionaire. People know he's a billionaire. And Apple's releasing an iPhone September the 17th. There's going to be a lineup to buy his products. I know he's not here anymore, but I'm giving an example. Like, Denzel Washington makes $20 million a movie. You go and see all his movies. So why can't I say that I have success? Why can't I say that I have a nice house and nice cars? By the way, for those of you who might be new, and actually this whole week, I've been talking about money and how money isn't everything. And also even in a couple of question of the days, it was like, would you rather have unlimited time or unlimited money? And I have said that money is not important to me. I have come from both being bankrupt, on welfare, poor, not knowing where I'm going to sleep, sleeping on futons, sleeping in my car, stealing food from the grocery store, to having success and having a multi-million-dollar brand across the country and being successful, having ups and downs in my business and still coming out being successful. And I said, regardless of my ups and downs, I have seen both sides. And trust me, a lot of people feel like money is going to make them happy. And through all of that, I know that it is better to find love and friendship and family. And a lot of people think that money is going to make you happy. I have been through it all. And I know that money is never going to make you happy. So that's to bring everybody up to speed. So what I said to my mom is a couple of things. And then I also remembered I forgot to tell you guys one thing. So that's why I wanted to kind of button up the week with this. One, I told my mom, the point of my show that I started is I want to change people's way of thinking. I want to empower people. I want to help people live their truth. And I want to help people see the world differently. That is the point of the show. If you go back to like my first shows, number 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what the show is all about. This show has morphed into celebrity news, political, whatever, because that's what gets the clicks and that's what people talk about. But that's why I always have social discussion or question of the day, because the origins and the heart of me is I want to do stuff like this. So I found a way to marry both of them. And I told my mom that I'm not going to sit down here and lie to people and not tell them that, that I have had success and I have made money in my life, because I want my life to be an example for others. So that was one. 2, one of the things that I forgot to say all week, and I hope this resonates, is the reason why I know and how I got here, and I forgot to say this, is I have sacrificed time in my life to work, to building my brand, Exclusivity, that was a sneaker and clothing boutique and a national brand. And I dedicated 10 years of my life to that brand because I thought money was going to make me happy. And I sacrificed relationships, friendships. Like I never wanted to get married. I didn't want to have kids because I thought getting a huge house and I thought getting sports cars, supercars, expensive cars, and living this luxurious life and traveling, I thought that was going to make me happy. And I obtained it more than I even wanted, lost some, made it back tenfold. And now I'm so comfortable, or I got to a point where I'm so comfortable that I was able to walk away and know that now I want to be able to live out my purpose, and my purpose is talking and empowering and making people laugh, cry, and think, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm able to live out my dream. And I know that I might never get it, but I know now that I want to be in a relationship. I want to have kids. I want to have a family. I'm also very comfortable if that never happens, because I've told you guys a bunch of times, I will never settle. I'm not the type of guy that's going to be like, well, I tried, so I'm just going to, I will never settle. I've told you guys, we don't have to get into it because I want this more to be about like money and happiness or whatever. But I will never settle. I have no problem living the rest of my life by myself. But I know now, and this is what I'm trying to tell you guys about money, is that I have had every dream that I wanted to have, all right? From my dream car since I was a little kid. I told my mom when I was a little kid, I wrote about this in my book. I'm like, when I grow up, I'm going to buy you a Jaguar. I grew up, I bought my mom a Mercedes, a brand new Mercedes. She never had a brand new car, brought it to the dealership, a brand new Benz. I bought my house, a dream house, which I still have right now, cars. But I still feel I have an emptiness that I thought would be able to be fulfilled. And to bring it all full circle, for anybody who's new, the comment yesterday in the comment section, comment of the day was, Trent, stop telling us that money will never make us happy, because I want to go into a jewelry store and buy the jewelry that I want. I want to go into a restaurant and not worry about how to pay the bills. And I want to go shop and not have to worry about how to pay. And while I understand all of that wholeheartedly, trust me, I get it. I've been there. I'm trying to tell you that the restaurant for the $5,000 bill, the clothes that you want to buy for $5,000 or $10,000 and not think about it, and the car and the house, everything that you think that you want, I'm just here to tell you, you don't have to believe me, it is not going to make you happy. If you don't have your family, if you don't have friends, if you don't have a partner, if you don't have anybody to share it with, it is empty. You're going to buy all those things and you're going to come home and you're going to be alone. And it sucks. Christmas sucks. Birthday sucks. And even when there's people around and people who you don't know, that's even worse, because they're like strangers just around you. And you're just like, you wish you had that. And like I said, I think what I've been forgetting to tell you is that I consciously wanted to push those things away because I thought I wanted a bunch of different girls and this crazy life and money and all this stuff or whatever. And I realized I made a mistake now. And I wish that while I was building my company and while I was trying to obtain success, I wish I put more time into finding a partner to build with me instead of thinking the money is going to make me happy and the girls will make me happy and the party life will make me happy, because now I realize that none of that stuff will make me happy. So I hope I got that all out. Thanks, Mom, for letting me, say all of that to you today. And then she kind of was like, okay, I get it now. So I wanted to just say it to you guys. And more importantly, again, I understand from a place of not having money. I was on welfare. I was homeless. I slept in my car. So trust me, I understand the struggle. And I told you guys yesterday, my mom said today, it's okay. You could tell them we were broke. So I thought she was going to get mad. She's like, no, we were broke. You could tell them that. My mom worked double time. My dad had 2 jobs. We were broke. My whole life I was broke. That's why I wanted to not get caught up in any relationship, whatever, and build. But it's not going to give you the happiness that you think, and love and honesty and a relationship and a partnership and your family and your friends and the most beautiful things in life are the things that money can't buy. I know you've heard it before, but take it from me, somebody who went from welfare to having everything that he's ever wanted to and still being empty. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, let's go over to question of the day. That was a little deep. All right, could you survive 3 days in the wilderness with no phone or internet? Let me just tell you all something right now. You could drop me off in the jungle with nothing. Trust me, I'm going to come out. I'm going to be all right. Trust me, that's just me, though. All right, somebody said I survived 3 months. Next person said phone and internet is the least of my worries. Another person put an emoji, was like, no. Another person said, definitely can do without phone and internet, but I can't be outside for no 30 days with the wildlife. Another person said, I'd be bored, but I've been conditioned. Okay. Somebody said the animals are the problem. Considering I'm in the wilderness, it wouldn't work anyways. As long as I can have a lighter, I'm good. Okay. I couldn't survive with. Somebody says I wouldn't survive with a phone. Another person said, hell no. I'm not surviving with it, so no. Most of the people said no. I'm a little surprised at this. Not with wild animals and bugs, make it impossible. All right, listen, I was a scout. I have no problem being outside. I have no problem doing any of that, man. I'll find a way. You could put me anywhere. I would actually like to do it. I would actually like the challenge, to be honest with you. Having said all that, I will tell you guys a very, very quick story. When I was working and I was building my brand, I worked 7 days a week, 18 hours a day. I didn't take a vacation for close to like 8 or 9 years or 10 years. I mean, part of having a brand like this, I used to go to the US. I went to Vegas twice a year to all the big Nike conventions. So I did travel and had some fun while I was traveling. So it's not like I only stayed in one place. But a vacation to not do anything, I didn't do it for like close to 10 years. But one time, as we were opening more and more stores, and my staff was like, yo, we got this. Like, you have a district manager, you have all your people in place now. You're not doing this anymore. It's not back in the day. You're not selling clothes out the trunk of your car. Take a vacation. I went to Jamaica and I left my phone with my sister. The anxiety, bro. Like, I left my phone with my sister and I was like, if these numbers call, like, answer it. And I went without my phone for 1 week. The first day, I did not know what to do. Like, I was just nuts. Like, I was at the beach, like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. The second day, I was like, okay. The third day, I was like, yeah. I was like, yo, I can get used to this. Like, this is not, yo, by the fourth day, I was like, the last thing I do is want my phone, like, ever again. It felt so nice. So much so that When I came back, I took an extra day and I was like, yo, I'm not coming to pick up my phone. And then I went to pick it up and it was like a million messages and calls or whatever. But if you can do it, I know this is not exactly the question because part of the question is making it in the wilderness, but I say this to say, even for me, I've never done that since then to like turn off my phone and just like unplug. But I do remember I did do it once and it was cleansing. It was really nice. There's been some days where I'm like, yo, let me go out for a walk and not bring my phone and I'll leave it. There's a time where I'm like, I'm going to leave my phone like in my office locked, but you know, like you need your phone. You know what I mean? Like I got nieces and nephews and stuff and just anything that ever happened, my mom, my dad, you know? So, but yeah, the point is, could you disconnect? And you can if you wanted to. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on my first weekend episode. Yeah, I'm going to start doing, maybe start doing an episode a day, man. Like I'm in the mood to grind. I'm in the mood to work. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Let me know what you guys think. We will be back tomorrow. And thank you very much for kicking with me. Before I let you go, just want to remind you about Aura, link below, QR code beside me. If you're ever wondering of any of your information, you know, whether it be social security number, credit card, or whatever, anything you're ever worried about, Aura could find if any of your information is out there. Link below, QR code beside me. Also, don't forget the membership. Sign up to have the exclusive access to Run It by Trent and all the other perks in the membership. That too is in the link below and in the comment section. And if you're on the desktop, you'll see the join button. We're working on getting it on your phones. And lastly, I just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show. For those of you who like to listen on podcasts, we're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And now we upload daily. Not vice versa, but for those of you who want to watch on video, my favorite way, head on over to YouTube, best place to watch the Trent Out Loud show. 5 things I'm going to need you to do when you get over there. 1, hit the subscribe button. 2, hit the like button. 3, and arguably most important, please try to comment. I love reading the comments. I do this show with you. I'm asking you questions. I'm asking your opinions. If you don't write and you don't answer me, I'm talking by myself, and that's just not cool, all right? If you don't want to join in on a conversation, totally understand that. No pressure. At least just comment where you're watching from. I love to see that this is a global podcast. I want to know which country or city you are watching from. And even if you're commenting, put it in the comment too, right? Put your name and put your country and city, all right? 4th, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your with your family, friends, and loved ones. And then 5, like I said already, please sign up for the membership perks, exclusive content, and exclusive new segment, Run It by Trent. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all podcast platforms. I keep on saying this. I got to get this podcast thing out of here. I'm available on all social media platforms, and it's always the same handle, Trent Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please follow the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. I am super active on there. Really, really trying to build that page. Giving you the latest updates, full videos, sometimes clips from the show, really active on there. So please try to follow the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this Friday night, Saturday morning show. I will see you Saturday night, Sunday morning. See, that's how global this podcast is. I can't tell you a timeline. You know, some people it's in the morning, some people it's at night. You know, we're working for everybody here, you know. But yeah, 7 days a week. Let me know if you guys are excited about the 7 days a week with Trent Out Loud. Y'all have a great day, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.